What's up, Specimen? I'm about to watch and react for the first time to the Skellige evolving card. I've seen it's Harald from the thumbnail. Up and at them, you lazy mingers. That wasn't great. One of my favourite voice lines. Really, really excited to watch this. I'm then going to break down the card and see what's cracking. But let me watch this for the first time. I'm pretty excited, man.
While some fight for honor and others fight for glory, some simply fight to feed life's unbearable pain.
Introducing Harald on Crate, an evolving card that gets stronger
Sick.
at the start of each round.
Card art's so sick.
The card depicts Harald's character-defining injury and his subsequent war against Clan Drummond. Warrior at heart, Harald attacks any and all foes, and in his final form deals piercing damage whenever a warrior joins his struggle. On Crate Raiders is one of many new cards created to synergize with Harald, while also fleshing out Skellige's warrior archetype.
Damage by 2.
Harald's grit, issuing from constant suffering, has become a sharply honed edge, allowing him to lead the warriors of Skellige to glory.
Very sick. And you know what? It's not one of those like 6 power, do this, do that, spawn something. It's slightly different. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Right, let me rewind here. Don't think there's anything else at the end here. No, let me rewind and look at each. The card arts are absolutely sick, man. Obviously, this Harald card art is just absolutely gnarly, if I wanted to sound American. Okay, so he's a human warrior, and I love that it's graveyard as well, man, and it's warrior. Play a bronze warrior from your graveyard and damage it, no space there, just this is one word, damage it, by 2. At the start of the round, transform. So play a bronze warrior from your graveyard and damage it by 2. Interesting. So I imagine there's some warriors where damaging it might be a good thing. I can't even really think of that many warriors, honestly. Harald Warmonger, still a warrior. Play a warrior from your graveyard and doesn't damage it by 2. Okay, cool. I imagine there might be some good 2-strength warriors that we might get to see later on that would also make it a lot better in this round. So playing a bronze warrior from your graveyard as well as a 6 body is a really nice. I love that as an evolving card, man. Big fan. And then the final one has Veil, like the other evolving cards. And you play a bronze warrior from your graveyard, and whenever you play a warrior, damage your random enemy unit by 1, ignoring its armor. I love the fact it ignores armor. Really cool. Obviously, getting that warrior synergy or some synergy with greatswords, of course, Harald being the original and classic greatsword leader. So, love to see that, man. I am very, very excited to now hop into Gwent. Oh, there was one other card, right, that we got shown. It looked like it was 6 strength over here, but it says it's 4, but I swear it was 6 strength over here. So, it's 6 strength here. I'll hop onto the Play Gwent website and see if we've got any info, but it's got Veteran, amazing, on Crate Raiders, Order, damage unit by 2, Bloodthirst 3, gain 0. So this looks like a 4 provision card to me, right? Just to interject, we have got confirmation on provision costs. Here's 11 provisions. Also worth noting, he only transforms if in your hand or deck. So if you were to use him in round 2, and then second wind in round 3 to resurrect him, he would still be the round 2 variation, even if you've got Devotion. He cannot transform in your graveyard. And we've also got some confirmation here on the On Crate Raiders, which is a 5 provision card at 4 power, and it's got the Veteran tag, which means in round 5, in round 2, it's going to be 5 power. In round 3, it's going to be 6 power. It's also a pirate, a human, and a warrior. If you've got Bloodthirst of 3, it's going to gain Zeal. So, in round 3, Harald resurrecting an On Crate Raider is going to be worth, 6 points on Harald. And then you're going to res this at 6 points, which is 12. But then you've also got the fact that this is a warrior, so it's going to instantly proc Harald, so it's going to play for 13 points, as well as obviously this order and that engine that is Harald. So you could pretty much assess it at 15 points, as well as Harald getting that extra value every time you play something. And obviously you might even have some Greatsword and Dagar value down. So I'd say Harald is a really very good card that's going to add quite a lot of interesting deck building decisions when you've already got cards like Hemdall and the ship. So big fan of this card, and this card's a really nice card for this veteran vibe as well. Really enjoy Harald as a card because it gives value to that veteran tag as well. Massive fan. Okay, I'm on Play Gwent. Let's have a look at the warrior keyword. Oh wow, so you've got some big gold cards. Dagar's a warrior. Guys, I was quite worried it was you could play like Defender and Ceres and Hemd off it, but it's bronze. Of course it is. So let's look at the ones we've got so far. Obviously, Greatsword's going to be a big target for it. It doesn't give Doom to the Greatsword either, right? That's quite important to note. So it gives you basically an extra playing a Greatsword. So some Greatsword synergy, which I'm not sure they necessarily needed, but, you know, I'm down. Obviously, the last one as well is only happening in Devotion decks. So you wouldn't be able to use stuff like Raw Decree for that consistency. I mean, the other main warriors you've got here, Queen's Guard, maybe, possibly not. I'm not really sure. Drummond, Shield Maiden, probably not either. I think basically it's Greatsword plus whatever else they add, right? There's nothing else you're massively wanting here. I'm pretty sure there's actually one card down here that's like played from the graveyard. So damage enemy unit by 1, if played from the graveyard, damage it by 3 instead. Obviously round 1, rezzing a warrior is kind of difficult, so Harald's definitely more of a round 2, round 3 card, right? So, okay, so these are the warriors we've got so far. Obviously a lot of it's going to depend on what other cards are printed. I would say Greatsword's the main one, and the important thing to note is it's not going to give Doom to the Greatsword like a Priestess of Freya would, which basically means you've got an extra way of playing a Greatsword. You can play Greatswords 5 times now as opposed to just 4. So that's a nice buff to Greatswords, and I love the fact he's dealing damage every time you play a warrior, because there's lots of other warriors, right, that aren't bronze. All these other warriors here, as you will see, there's lots of them in the gold, such as Hemdall, Morkvarg, Dagar, Hjalmar the Defender as well. There's all these cards that you're going to likely be playing. Vabiorn, which is a card I really do enjoy. So, big fan of this card, man. Congrats to CDPR for smashing it out of the park with these legendary cards, man. I'm a massive fan. And, yeah, let me know what you guys think. It's going to be interesting to see how much play this one gets. And I do think that the tag on this one, the third round evolution, is very good, to be fair, because there's so many warriors that you're playing anyway. And the fact it's ignoring armor is going to buff your Greatswords up and your Dagar and stuff like that, right? So, really interesting. Not sure Greatswords were necessarily the deck that needed this archetype push, but we'll see, man. Like, I'm kind of down still. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you did enjoy. I'm really interested to see this card in action. It's a round 3 card for me. It's much better in round 3 than it is in round 2, which is great for the evolving card. Playing in Devotion decks, and Greatsword's normally very good in round 3 anyway. It's just winning that round 1 they normally need help with. So I think this is a really interesting design they've taken, and I actually really like it. My first thoughts was, do Greatswords need this kind of card? But actually, I think it should make them pretty interesting, because it's the kind of card you want to try and bleed out of them round 1, and gives them a downside for overcommitting in round 1, because at the moment they just win round 1 at all costs. This, you know, might help negate that. So really excited for this card. Thank you so much for watching the video. Looking to be bringing you more videos like this on a more consistent basis. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day.